What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy August 9th to all of you. It is Friday, the beginning of the weekend, and a giant day in sports. MLB, NFL, CFL, WNBA. We're going to be going at it. But first and foremost, let's congratulate low bagger, star of the Taint Play today, Matt Randall, on welcoming his son Briggs to his family. Briggs was born yesterday, healthy, cutie pie, good-looking kid. Congratulations to the Randall family, and the low bag family grows by one with the addition of Briggs Randall to the low bag fam. What a treat it is to give him a shout out and start our show with that. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat. We're going to give you guys a shout out. Then we're going to go over it's sort of what happened yesterday. It was a wild day, and I got very fortunate in CFL with two punt returns for touchdowns in the first half. The 8th time in the 61-year history of the CFL that has happened, and it happened not just once or twice in one game, it happened twice in one quarter, and that helped me cash, or actually it was just twice in the first half, right, because it was at the end of the first quarter and near the beginning of the second quarter, but helped me cash first quarter and first half, and I needed it, 2-4 in NFL preseason, but I'm going to keep going at it. It's $75 unit size. I'm going to keep hammering it, but we'll see how it goes. And then finally, one more thing, the Beat the Bag contest, round 3. Round 3 is tomorrow after the first 2 rounds. And round 3 is the final round. Free to enter, $250 to the winner. Going into the final round, our very own low bagger Big Ragu has an $8.90 lead. So he won $250 on the first round, and he's going to win $250 possibly for the overall championship. A cool 500 American. Big Ragu could win, hammering Saratoga with us. So here it is. So this is the program. Take a look at the program. It's free to enter. Just pick the winner of each race. Here we go. Pick the winner of each race. There you go. That's the program with the morning lines. Pick the winner of each race and then just go onto the forum thread, SBR forum thread, and simply list your winners. There we go. Copy and paste that here. Simply list your winners on the forum thread, and that's how we do. And I will be cheering for Big Ragu. It's fun. It's fun seeing it. The 3-round competition is very, very, very enjoyable. So please join us in that. Shout out to all the cappers in the chat. Elio first in the chat. Respect. There's Deer Slayer Ski says, hey, low baggers. Let's get him back from Saratoga. I hope you enjoyed every second of it. Hope you ended up in the black. My guy, Deer Slayer Ski. We got Christopher Smith, Walla Walla Dose, Josh Point O, RKE404 says, you guys have head-to-head run RBI hits matchups. Yes, just go to SBR.com. Just go to the odds page. You go to the odds page, and then you click on head-to-head matchups. Boom. And there you have it all. Everything. You have all the offense. You have all the pitching. You have all the bullpen. It's all right there at sportsbookreview.com. There's Jeff Joseph, Nut Flush Allen. Great call. It's funny. I was reaching on the late show. Went 1-3 in the late show, 2-0. Those overs I was on, first 5 full game KC Detroit overs cashed in the 3rd inning. But I was reaching on the late show. But some good moves. We knew that it was a letdown spot for Atlanta. Although, again, it's one thing to say, it's going to be a letdown spot. It's another thing to have the balls to take the Marlins in that situation, which, again, I don't. And it's a problem with my capping. We know that there's fear to stay away from one side, but not hammer the other side. But our guy, Nut Flush Allen, said, watch Chris Sale throw a gem today. And did he ever? 13 Ks. Beautiful. 0 walks. Great job. Serious business. Carlos Peroj there. Nut Flush Allen. Carlos Peroj. You want to party with these guys? Miami. There's Rich G. Coco Bongo. Viper NB says, how about them Indians? We are 1 game out right now. And I don't want to, long way to go. Long way to go. But these Twinkies, a lot of them haven't been there before. These Indians have. These are big games. And it's possible the Twinkies are scared. Shout out to Walla Walla Dose, Kevin Pine, Joey Evang, CT Bays, Juan Ruiz, Ralph Portwando on the road. Hard to post, but I can listen. What a guy, Ralph Portwando. He is driving to Sacramento to celebrate the first birthday of his granddaughter. Ralph Portwando, our guy, low bagger. Drive safe, my friend. Steven Mendez, Bookie Lover Q. And Bookie Lover Q was the first person to say that. Flat spot 101 for the Braves. Yet, I didn't jump on the other side. You know, got to take some risks here and there. There is DJ Big Boss. DJ Big Boss will be joining the show in 43 short minutes. He's got a couple games he's focusing on, that being the Indians-Twins game and the Giants-Phillies game are the two games that he's going to be focusing on, and who knows where he'll be coming from. Neo Money, Rich G, Big Ragu. Big Ragu in the house said made 2 bad plays yesterday. You did make some nice plays too, Ragu. You had Yankees minus 1.5. You know, these things happen. These things happen. There's Ricky, Bobby, Tomarino. Tomar says Cleveland with a chance to tie for first today. Wow, there's a plus 1,100 now. I only bet $125 on it, but I put $250 on the Cubs at plus 130, and it feels good. I've only made 3 futures bets this year, and one of them is a loss. It was the White Sox at 55-1 to win the AL Central. Okay, you know, it happens. Big Roo says Baltimore Ravens, they did look very good. Christopher Smith says C-Ball and Miami and NFL killed it. Nice job, Christopher Smith. Eric Jones, Mr. Gokster. Oh, got today's form ready to fire. Okay, beautiful. And then I'll send you Saturday's form. Isaac Higgins in the house. Dominique Jackson. Jason Turgi. Dominique Jackson. Antoine Seymour. Good call last night. The guy, Antoine Seymour, just rolls. Ty Clinton. Nose guard says more than Jimmy Balls were juiced in football with all them overs. Man, you just can't simplify things. And we saw that. We saw that last year because in NHL, do you remember the first game after the All-Star break? There's always, no goals. There are always unders. And then last year after the All-Star break, it was all overs. You just, you got to cap each and every sport or each and every game individually and not kind of make, sort of blanket statements on what's going on. Nothing Ordinary Sports says, what up, bro? If Oakland ain't it today, I don't know what it is. And that is our first game. And we're talking about Mike Fiers, who's now gone 17 starts undefeated. Looking very good. Brooke Jordan in the house. A. Hilly. Ski Prophet. Juan Ruiz. CT Bays. What a great, great group. Let's get to work right now. Jungle Boy 223 says 1-3-2 yesterday, but I feel lucky with my picks. Today, I'm calling it 3-0. I like it. Melvin Betances ready to go. And Elliot V says Baltimore always wins in preseason. Man, I came close to taking the Lions. There was some good comments from the chat. Let's just quickly go over all the games. But there's some good comments in the chat yesterday that kept me off the Lions, and thank God. Thank God. And Antoine Seymour says, Jimmy, do people now believe it's no such thing as unders in Yankees games? Those of you, I forget who right now off the top of my head who said, I'm Yankees team totaled overs for the rest of my life, but man, that is, and Alex Ramirez, no runs, first game in Philly game. Okay, let's go over it. So this is how, we have a huge card today. This is how we're going to bang things out. We're going to bang things out by focusing on baseball in the morning show. We have 15 games to focus on. And then in the late show, our work will hopefully pretty much be done on MLB. We're going to have Donnie Rightside joining us. So that will help us go over, and we'll go over it a little bit more. But we're going to start the late show with NFL and WNBA, and then talk baseball for probably 10 minutes before Donnie gets on. Then Donnie will get on. We'll hammer baseball for 15 to 20 minutes. And then Al Mack will join us, and we'll hammer and attack CFL. That's how we're going today. Now, if you want to talk more about any other sport briefly at the end of this segment or at the end of this morning show, we can do that as well. Okay, let's go over. And Tomer says Lions will continue to struggle on offense until they get Stafford a running game. Defense should be improved, but Stafford always finds ways to lose. CT basis, KC behind Keller. I agree. And Von Polo liking the Aces and the Sun. I'm going to copy and paste that. And that was Aaron Bistron. Yeah, there's Aaron Bistron. That was so funny, Aaron. That would be me. Yankees team told over for life, says our guy Aaron Bistron, man. And Von Polo says, we killed NBA. No, you did. I lost on the Mercury +6, but that Fever first half cashed so easily. Beautiful stuff. There's Demetrios Davos ready to go. Dog Bryce says, love that yellow and black attack and the over tonight. How you feel about it? We are going to be breaking that down. I'm going to wait. I just feel like I have an enormous advantage when I have a chance to shoot the audible today. We're only breaking down the 2 games today and the 3 games tomorrow with Donnie Rightside and the Whale Capper. So I'm going to cap with them before I give, I just feel like I'll have much stronger angles after we've talked about it. And with only 5 games on the docket, we can really jump all over it. And Al Hard now, thank you. A little Nas, the world is yours. Okay. Now, let's go quickly over what happened yesterday. Quickly, very, very quickly, because we got a lot of work to do. So I was on my morning plays, as always, are crushing. I'm now 11-2 in the Big Boss contest. My morning plays were just first 5 over 5 -101 and full game over 9 at -110. Royals, Tigers, both those cashed by the third inning. So I was 2-0, and then the reaching comes. First 5 under 5, Cubs, Reds -101 loss. Indians -105 cash. Phillies, Giants over 7 at -120 loss. But I didn't bet it. My book was hanging the 7.5, and I was like, you know what? The 7's much more appealing, so I didn't bet it. And then Rockies, Padres, again, reaching. And I don't know what. I think that was just a mistake. Even though Lauer's back at Petco, we know that the Rockies touch them. First 5 under 4.5, -120 loss. So overall, I lost in MLB. Then WNBA, first half, +8, Fever, cash. Mercury, +6, -102, miss. And then CFL, first quarter, -2, first half, -3.5, cash. And that was fortunate. There was no way getting around it. Two punt returns for touchdowns, and then the pick at the end of the first half to cash it for me. It was very fortunate. Jets, Giants, over 34.5, cash, easy. Redskins, +115, terrible. Titans, first half, +102, cash, and I should have doubled up there, but I didn't want to double up on preseason games. Texans, Packers, first half, under 19, miss. Bears, -3, loss. And that first half, over 20, -103, Chargers, Cardinals, loss. So 2-4 in NFL. But overall, because of the CFL, a winning day. Nothing ordinary, says Colorado, +133 is the play, Jimmy. Well, let's get to work right now. We'll start by throwing up that MLB record. Rafa, my guy, if you could toss it up, down a half unit yesterday. Disappointing, 3-3 overall, just reaching on the late show again. Okay, let's get to work right now. Nothing ordinary, says St. Louis is a strong lean. And Big Ragoo says, I got both NFL capped. We'll post in the chat tonight, along with the Arlington Million pick. Wow, Ragoo, if you want to throw that on video, we'd love to pop that on our late show. I mean, we have a busy late show because we'll have the fight analyst and Mr. Fatfist plays of the day, but we always have room for Big Ragoo, especially if you're going to drop an Arlington Million pick. And if you want. I know you're a busy guy, but if you want, we'd love to have that. And there's Shadow in the house, says, cheers, all low baggers. Saskatchewan, Montreal, full game over 49. Ottawa, Edmonton, Ottawa, full game +11. Full game under 50 for BC Hamilton and under 52. Wow, and Shadow's destroying CFL. That's the teamwork I'm talking about. That's a copy and paster. There's Mr. Jocelyn, Tomarino, Tomor, unbelievable. Eric Jones. Wow, that's great. Thank you so much, Shadow, for sharing that with us. Okay, so we have the one afternoon game, Oakland White Sox. And there's been a big move towards the Oakland A's. Oakland A's have now had 2 straight days off in Chicago, a rarity in MLB baseball. White Sox, Oakland open. The total opens at 11. It's now at 10.5, and money just keeps pouring in on the A's. Opens at -175, now at -200, just pouring in on the A's. And now Flush on, we talked about it on the Sports Kick the other day. Take advantage of the Blue Jays team total overs for a little while. Absolutely. Okay, so let's go. And Mr. Jocelyn liking Oakland first 5 run line. That might be a very nice way of doing it because we know the White Sox bullpen's become very, very strong. Gas Station Sushi said, after last night's NFL, I remember why the books make all the profit on the NFL. All the games went over, which is nuts. Okay, 81 Fahrenheit, clear 7 miles per hour sideways, but outright sideways. White Sox 27-28 at home, have been playing much better baseball. A's 28-27 on the road, 15 games over 500. Mike Fiers rolling right now, 10-3, 3.46 ERA, 1.14 WHIP. 91 Ks and 140 in the third, but he gets off contact. Ross Detweiler, 1-2, 5.72 ERA, 1.48 WHIP, 28 in the third. Just 18 Ks in those 28, but 5 walks, 9 home runs allowed, and 28 in the third. Let's see, and a couple things here. Let's go with Hunter Engelhardt saying Cardinals cooling off after the Dodgers. Bell first came back after his benching. He's 400 against Hudson. Going to be a day for Pittsburgh. Ooh, I like that look, Hunter Engelhardt. And then Tomarino Tomor says, I'm on Oakland on the run line. I bet it last night before the big line move. Smart. Oakland hammers lefties, and they hit Detweiler hard. He has a 9 ERA against them, and Fiers has been great. Yes, yeah. And now it's at the point where I just missed a chance, and I'm not going to take him at this line. So we'll see how we can make money off of the A's. And to me, the only way really to make money off the A's is early at this point. We'll have to see what the first 5 movement has been. So, A's smashing lefties, 267, 814 OPS versus lefties. White Sox, 247, 692 OPS versus righties. Consecutive nights off, as I said, in Chicago. for the A's. When we last saw them on the field, they lost 10-1 at Wrigley Field, and I'm sure they all went out and did it up in Chicago that evening. They've lost 5 of their past 7 road games. Fire's looking to extend personal unbeaten streak, 17 games, 8-0, 2.26 ERA last 16 outings. One of those starts last month was at home against the White Sox. A's won 5-1. Fire shut out Chicago, 8 hits over 7 2/3. He's never lost to the White Sox. 3-0, 1.83 ERA in 7 starts, and guarantee rate field 1-0, 1.45 ERA in 3 starts. White Sox coming off very impressive 5-2 road trip, Philadelphia and Detroit. Detweiler has faced the A's once, and that was July 13th after the A's beat up on Dylan Covey. Detweiler went 3 1/3, 4 earned runs, 7 hits. And Guru says, I had a beautiful start to NFL. Pats money line, Baltimore minus 3.5. Nice work. Hey, take it when you get it, man. Okay, so let's take a look at if there is a way, because taking them on the run line now, as Tomor is pointing out, just doesn't make sense. Minus 1.5 and minus 140. It opened at minus 124, and at that point it does. Let's see what the first half on the spread is. Minus 150. You would have to then take them, and then you look at team totals. The team total first 5, you'd have to take them on the minus 1 line, which I don't want to do, especially after having 2 days off, which could help, it may not. It's the first 5 over 3.5 at plus 102. It's my mistake. Hambone says, love Oakland today. Should have took it last night before the line jumped. Taking A's run line first 5 and the whole game. Guru Sports says, A's run line is on my card. There's Dom Ricci in the house. And Mr. Jocelyn says, if you haven't bet the A's already, it's too late. And I agree with that sentiment. Neil Money says, is A's team total over, Jimmy? Well, the first 5 is 3.5, and that's all you'd want to take because the White Sox bullpen is so strong right now. So the full game is 6.5 at plus 111. I wouldn't, in fact, in Nothing Ordinary Sports saying solo over is 6. Yeah, solo over. In fact, I would say that the 6.5 to the under would appeal to me. I really would. I would say now it's so juiced, isn't it? 6.5 at minus 134. But I think that would appeal to me. It would. Look, when they had the day off before St. Louis, that's 1 day off, though. 2 days off is just a little different. Christopher Smith on the first 5 run line. Mr. Jocelyn saying A's first 5 run line is 3.5. Yes, it's plus, so you could probably find a 3 at some books and maybe a heavily juiced 2.5 somewhere. And Tomor says Oakland has 2 days off coming into the game, and they were already in Chicago, too. I don't know if that's that good, to be honest with you. Dom Ricci says, going to see Stroman tonight. Very excited. Big test time. Mets, Nats at home. When it's such a big game. It's such a big game. Top set saying Nats first 5 is what my man likes today. Wow, that's very interesting. I'll have to copy and paste that. Nova Sports Network says betting A's live if Sox take lead at any time before the 6th. I don't know. I'm telling you, I've been watching the White Sox games closely, and that bullpen with Bummer. I mean, I was talking about it with Donnie Rightside. It's just they're playing very, very well right now. Unbelievable. Post a couple tennis picks. Kenan minus 110, TM plus 125, and Andre Escu at plus 165. Thank you for sharing that. And there's Capper John in the house. Says, so today's my birthday. Oh, yeah. Chapter 43 in full effect. 2 big booty girls. I need a birthday pick of the day. Our guy, the Chicago sports informant, Capper John. Happy birthday, my guy, Capper John. Wow, that is wonderful stuff. Red girl in the house, too. Happy birthday, Capper John. Okay, let's find our best play for Capper John. Randy Lockhart says, lean A's with Fires who's 1-0, 2.33 ERA over his last 3 starts. White Sox have been playing better recently, but against inferior competition. Have Detweiler on the bump. Yeah, I agree with all that, Randy Lockhart. I agree with all that, but I just missed the spot. I just missed the time to take him. Astute Chaos leading Texas Milwaukee over 9.5. I will copy and paste that. Thank you for sharing, Astute Chaos. Quick copy and paster. And then let's move on. Next up with the Astros Orioles game. Here we go. Copy and paste. Okay. Astros Orioles. God, this Astros team is playing good baseball now. 35 games over 500. Just 7 games over 500 on the road. Orioles 17-41 came crashing back to earth when they got beaten up by the Bronx Bombers. 86 Fahrenheit, partly cloudy, 9 miles per hour in. Let's take a look at the market move here. So we don't see those minus 330s that we've been seeing because Bundy's on the bump and the Astros are on the road. And the first half, okay, a little move, tiny move towards the Orioles first half. And okay, wow, minus 230. So, wow, so I thought I saw some minus 260s. Yes, I did, minus 250s. Wow, so money coming in on the Orioles. Extremely interesting. Miley pitched poorly for the Orioles, and I remember it well. I remember everything that happens in the AL East well. He pitched poorly for the Orioles for 2 seasons, went over to Milwaukee, found his groove, and then he's looked great this year in Houston. Opened at minus 230, a 1 cent move now, just a 1 cent move. This total opened juiced to the over. It's now juiced to the under. Oh, that's not true. It's a minus 110, but that's a 15-cent move towards the under. Torino says Bundy sucks, but he's capable of good starts since he has impressive velocity. I'm not betting the game. Mr. Johnson on the A's. Astros team total over. Nothing Ordinary Sports is on the Houston run line. Rich says Astros smashing. Give me team total over 6.5. Viper MB says Astros minus 1.5 will be easy cash. And my guy Andy Ayers said that overplay was easy money, Jimmy. It sure was. My looks in the morning have been very good, and I keep screwing up my adding plays on the end. And there's guys giving love to our guy, the Chicago sports informant. I love Capper John, man. He puts so much energy into our squad here. Much love to Capper John on his birthday. Let's see if we can find him a winner. Bundy, 5-11, 5.15 ERA, 1.37 whip, 24 home runs allowed, not as bad as last year. Miley looked good all year, 3.05 ERA, 1.13 whip. Astros are hitting 268, 813 OPS versus righties. Orioles are hitting 252, 715 OPS versus lefties. Poppy Longwood says, Jimmy, after watching the Dolphins game, I believe they can win 8 games. Well, that would cost me $400, Poppy Longwood, if that's the case. Let's wait a bit. On Shadow coming in with his NFL picks, I will copy and paste that. He's liking Pittsburgh full game, 1.5. New Orleans full game at 2.5. Cincy KC over 36. Rams, Oakland over 35. Dallas, San Francisco under. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. Oh, and Dom Ricci, Mets, last 7 days, third in OPS, third in OPS, sixth in average, third in runs scored. Nats are all in the 20s in all 3 categories. Mets at home versus Nats 4-2 this year. Nats have never seen Stroman. Big advantage for the Mets with a plus line. Wow, that's exciting. That's an exciting look. And that will make your game that much more enjoyable if you've got money on your team. And we just saw Noli Knows do that at Chavez Ravine, had $800 on that final game of the Cardinals-Dodgers on the under, and he cashed that with a 2-1 game. Okay, so back to this. Orioles were playing well before they were beaten up by the Yankees. Houston's won 6 in a row, 9-10. Yuli Gurriel is rolling 3 home runs, 11 RBIs in the 2-game sweep of the Rockies. Miley, as I said, looked bad in Baltimore, but he's found his way. 4-0, 2.09 ERA in his past 7 starts. 2-2 with a 5.33 ERA in 5 career starts against the Orioles, but I think you can put a line through that. Totally different team. Bundy, no decision his last outing, 2 runs and 5 1/3 against a hot-hitting Jays team. You know, a very hot-hitting Jays team. He's 0-2, 5.40 ERA, 5 career appearances against Houston. And then we have the whole Brandon Hyde, Chris Davis situation that happened in the dugout. Randy Lockhart, Miley versus Baltimore since 97. Miley 2-2, starting against Baltimore, ERA 5.33. His team is 3-2, plus 1 units in these starts. And the under is 1-4, minus 3.8 units. Interesting. Guru Sports says, I'm riding with Stroman, hoping for a good start, not like his first. Very interesting stuff. And I am not making a move on this game at this point. But Brooke Jordan said, got to roll with the Mets in this underdog spot. Christopher Smith says, I like the Mets today, Dom. And Mally Mal says, Bundy dead. That's new information. Okay, let's talk Yankees, Blue Jays. I have a feeling that the roof will be closed again, even though the temperature is nice, but very windy conditions again. Very windy conditions again. Torino, Green Guru on the under. I got it at 8. I missed that. Guru, what's 2 days off stuff? They had only Thursday off. 2 days off for the for the A's. 2 days consecutive nights off. Oh, sorry. Nights off. Consecutive nights off. My fault. You're right. They played in the early game there. 2 nights off. Okay. Sorry, they played that very early game against the Cubs. So you're right. But they obviously went out and partied that night, but whatever. You're absolutely right, Guru. Thank you for mentioning that. Okay. And Guru says Bundy's my kryptonite. Tommy says Nats, don't forget, aren't no elite team either. Nice. I like that. Okay. Tomer says the best value with Toronto has been their team total overs. It certainly has. And why wouldn't it be here against Hap? Now, the Jays don't have as much power against lefties. 248 average, 726 OPS. Randy Lockhart says Yankees have been on fire, but Hap just sucks. 1-1, 7.80 ERA over his past 3 starts. 4.62 on the road. Let's see what we're dealing with. Market moves here. The Yankees opened up at minus 185 and now minus 160, a 25-cent move. And this total opened up at 11 is now at 10.5. Very interesting. And I'm sure the market's reacting to what the Blue Jays are doing team total-wise. Let's see. The Blue Jays team total over here at Pinnacle. And the Astros-Orioles team totals are now offline. Something must be going on there. 4.5 at -105 for the Jays. Wow, 4.5. There's Gerardo Hernandez in the house. I like it. Wow, 4.5. Oh, and the Dome was actually open last night. Wow, okay. And Joey Jack in the house. Beautiful. Been on vacation for the summer. I'm back. NFL season's here. I love that. I love that. Shout out to Joey Jack. Wow, that 4.5 team total is very decent. Very, very decent for the Jays. Am I too late? I don't think so. I think that's a nice look. Over 4.5 at -105. Let's take a little closer look at Hap. 5.24 ERA, 1.35 WHIP. So the Yankees have won 9 straight. We know the Yankees are smashing righties. They're 7-3 against the Jays this year. Now Urshela smashing. 7th Yankee to hit 5 home runs over a 3-game span. First since A-Rod in 2007. 13-game hitting streak, batting .444 over it. Second game in a row without Gleyber Torres. He probably won't be in the lineup. Hap 1-1 with a 2.19 ERA against Toronto this season. Maybe that's why. Should we pump our brakes, or is that not? Is this a different looking team? Dark Kent says I'm booked at the Diplomat Resort. Dark Kent, beautiful. So you called in and they still honored that deal? Oh, Dark Kent! Great news! Great news, Dark Kent. Man, that makes me happy. Josh Bueno says today clear but windy. Yeah, very, very, very windy right now. Wow. Darmreach says Yanks smashing everyone. Maybe I should kind of put a halt on this. We're not sure if Lourdes Gurriel is going to be in the lineup. They have Reed Foley on the other side. Reed Foley 1-2, 2.49 ERA, but look at that whip. He's going to get smashed. Mr. Jocelyn says 4.5 kind of scares me. Okay, well, I'm not going to make a move yet on this Jays team total. Let's just leave it as a lean at this point. Lean to the team total over. Okay, and Guru says Reed Foley going to come back to earth. He keeps escaping innings with lots of runnings but little damage. I don't think he does that versus the Yankees. I agree. Dark Kent. Man, that puts a smile on my face. Brad Hansen says, who wins, Athletics or White Sox? Well, we all think the A's can take care of business, especially early. But there's been a huge market move, Brad, towards the A's already, and you probably lost your spot. You probably lost your chance to take it. You can still take it now, but if you do that consistently when the lines move 25, 30 cents towards you, you're going to lose on the long run. And there's Hambone, Yankees over for life. Following the footsteps of our guy Aaron Bistrin. Nose guard says just take the over full game and off to the next. Maybe it is that. Maybe it's just that simple, just taking the over and just moving on. Yankees team total at 6.5, and they're getting there in the third or the fourth inning. Let's move on to Angels, Red Sox here. We have 21 more minutes before we're joined by Big Boss, and we have a lot of work to do. And Lewis Gordon says take the under, and that's what the market is telling us. And Jansen in the house says, hi all, what great picks have I missed? I've made 0 picks at this point. Jansen, what do you think about the team? Jansen from the 6. What do you think about the team total over 4.5? I'll be very curious to hear what you have to say about that. Angels, Red Sox, let's see about the market move here. Angels, Red Sox, Brian Johnson, who's come in for David Price. Johnson and the Red Sox open at -163. There's been an 8-cent move towards Berea and the A's. The over opened at 11.5 and is now at 12. 12. Come on. I mean, the Angels have no power against lefties, and the Red Sox aren't hitting. 12? It's not even blowing out. 8 miles per hour sideways. Guru, I know you've been hammering these Red Sox team total unders. What do you think of this? Guru says, what's the A's game now? I got it at -123. Right now, if you want the Oakland A's on the run line, the best you can get is -135 at 5 dimes, but it's -141 at Pinnacle, -150 at Bovada, -145 at Intertops. You wager -140 at Bet365. All right, Joey Jackson says, Angels cost me a lot of money. I'm staying away. And Louis Gordon says the under on the A's is a good bet. You know, it might be. It just might be. Jansen says, what game? The Yankees, Jays team total. Jays team total over at 4.5. I'd be curious to hear what you think of that. Angels, Red Sox, Johnson now starting because Price is on the 10-day IL. Also, I predict Price's season is over. They found a cyst in his wrist, and why would they bring him back at this point? Hunter Engelhart says, I know, Jimmy, I don't know what's up with that number. That's too high. That's just too high. We know the Angels don't have power against lefties. Guru says, what's the Boston team total over? Right now, it's 6.5 again. 6.5 now. It's juiced to the under at -119. I look at that and think, man, that's too high. That's just too high. Alice Barty says, Jimmy, get money like Dodgers, keep pounding the over. That probably is the move to make, and I have not done that yet. Johnson making his second start this month and fourth this season. He pitched the tail end of a doubleheader against the Yankees last weekend, gave up 3 runs, 8 hits over 3 innings, no decision. Boston scored 5 runs once in their last 8. Dark Ken says under and nothing. Why don't we jump on this under? Andy Harris says, if you've been to Miami, Florida, don't be tricked by all the working prostitutes. Andy Harris, don't worry. I know one thing about street hookers, and that's that they don't want to blow you, they want to rob you. So don't worry about me, Andy Harris. Don't worry, I'm old. I'm 39. You think I don't know they just want to rob me? I know. Okay, and actually never been robbed by a street hooker, but almost all my friends have. And I'm, keenly aware. I keep my head on a swivel. Keenly aware they just want to rob me. Okay, let's keep rolling right now. I think the under 12 is the play here. I think the under 12 is the play here. Daryl Lyles is on the White Sox A's under 10. Hunter Young Hard said it seems way too good to be true. Yes, because in baseball, it doesn't work like that. Elliot B says, I have. Elliot B. Oh, man. Okay, I want to take this under 12. I keep saying it. What? Yeah, I don't know. Berea can be better. Okay, I'm just going to leave it as a lean right now. But let's just look at the market move. I feel like this has got to be low hanging. The Red Sox aren't hitting. And you get 12 runs cushion. Let's see what Pinnacle's done with this total. Pinnacle opened it at 12 and then dropped it down to 11.5. Now it's back at 12. Come on. The sage of the streetwalkers. I am. Jansen says this New Jays team can hit. It's pitching that's a problem now. Reed Foley inconsistent. Only issue I have taking team total over is Jays have issues with lefties. They do. They don't have power against lefties. They do. Okay. And Andy Air says Diplomat is on the beach. That's where the non-slobber Roberts work. You're right. There's still thieves there. Okay. How do I not take the under 12? Anybody? How do we not take the under 12 here? Neither team is hitting. And it's not even blowing out. The wind isn't even blowing out. I'm going to take the under 12. Let's see. Randy Lockhart, Boston 1-0 against the Angels this season. And, and this one game's gone under the total. Tormio says Berea got hammered last start. Every time he's been hit hard, he's had a good start the next time. I just feel like this is, Kenatron says, I'm going to take it under 12. Rockstar says, I'm on the under 12. Guru says, I like full game under more than the Red Sox team total under. Yeah, I agree. How do you not do it when the Red Sox aren't hitting? And Elliot V says Boston scores 12 today alone. Okay, I guess I'll leave it as a lean, but I've got to make a decision here, and I'm going to make it. I'm taking the under 12. Under 12. Aaron Bister says Hako streetwalkers are the most capable pickpocketers, and they have never got me. First 5 under is 7, Jimmy. You know what? I like the Angels bullpen and would need the Angels bullpen. Capo 17 Don in the house. All right, my first play's in. Maybe it's a trap that I'm falling for here, but I'm going to take the under 12. I'm getting minus 102 at Pinnacle. Under 12, minus 102. All right, let's keep rolling along here. We have Royals, Tigers, and the return of Edwin Jackson. Oh, no. Minor league deal he signed 2 weeks ago. Goes to the Toledo Mudhens in 2 starts. In just 7 2/3. He gives up 5 earned runs on 11 hits. Come on. Are you kidding me? Royals, Tigers here? How do you not just hammer the Royals? Let's look at and the total's gone from 10.5 to 10. That has to be I mean, do we just take team totals for the Royals here, or do we even trust? And look, the market's moving towards the Tigers. How is that possible? The market's moving to the under and towards the Tigers? I mean, come on. That's just ridiculous. Viper MB says Royals money line. What feels like I'm falling into traps here. It's going to the under and it's going to the Tigers. Okay, I'm gonna have to wait on this. I mean, clearly, I think I know the move, but Hambone says Edwin gets touched. He has to get touched. He has to get touched. Let's see what the Royals team total over is. First 5, it is 2.5 at minus 136. Come on. And Hunter says Tigers been mashing lately. They have been. Randy Lockhart, Detroit 8-5 plus 3 units, 3.1 units against Kansas City this season. 7 of 13 games have gone to the over. Viper MBC, if the Royals lose this game, I'm going to take a week off betting from Major League Baseball. There's Jorge Don't Play in the house. Dom Reed said Tigers haven't been bad. They're both shit teams. I mean, how do you not do that? How do you not back the Royals? Okay, the market move is concerning. The move to the under is concerning. Let's just move on to the next game, and we'll keep talking about that game as we move on. Nationals at Mets. Here we go. We've already heard a lot of guys in the chat, including our very own Dom Ricci, New York Mets expert, backing the Mets. Gas Station says Jackson's lights out with a new team. I used to think that, but then I remember how he was with the Jays, and it certainly wasn't lights out. But I used to, Gas Station, I was actually backing Edwin a couple times with the Jays, and it just blew up in my face. Joey Jack saying Royals bullpen better than Tigers. Normal says take KC first 5. Mr. Spectacular says hammering the over in Detroit KC. Nothing Ordinary says stay away game, but I'll die if forced. Look, the market move is going to make me pass for sure. Jonathan Moulton says KC Detroit over, then why is it moving towards the under? Jansen says no way I'm on Strasburg in this spot. Let's take a look at the market moves here in this Nats-Mets game. Nats-Mets, where are we? Here we go. Strasburg-Stroman, it opened at 8 and now at 7.5 at Pinnacle and 5 dimes. And it was juiced to the over as well. Wow. So that still is a huge move. Even though it hasn't gone down to a 7.5, that's a huge move. Wow. Huge move. So it was a 30-cent move at BetOnline, but they haven't moved it down a half run, which I'm sure they will if that's the case. Wow, that's a big move to the under. Big move. And the Mets open up as favorites, and the Nats are taking money right now. Wow. I thought this was a tricky card when I was capping it, but now looking at these market moves, I'm astonished right now. CJ Ogden liking the Astros on the super run line, minus 2.5. Randy Lockhart says 1.96 ERA over his last 3 starts, while the Nationals hadn't been playing very well, and we're just 3-7 in the last 10 games. And Jorge Don't Play says, no way I'm paying minus 140 for the goddamn Royals. Oh, man. Nasty Nate says probably 5 sharps, betting the under, 200 grand each, moving that line. Jansen saying Stroman's act is tiring. The dude's not an ace, but he comes up big in these sorts of games. And Nothing Ordinary says, I know the Mets. Nothing Ordinary, what's your move on this game? Oh, Detroit. Oh, no runs in the first? Is that what's your move on this? Maybe you're talking about the last game. And Dom Reed says he's not supposed to be an ace. He's not supposed to be the ace on this Mets squad. Let's talk about it. Stroman, 6-11, 3.07 ERA, 1.26 whip. Both teams were off Thursday after completing sweeps, but the Nats had to fly all the way from San Francisco. Stroman making his home debut in the biggest game at Citi Field in almost 3 years. Our guy Don Reach is going to be there. Born and raised in Long Island, Strong Island. He allowed 3 runs over 4 1/3 in his first start there with the Mets. Mets are 10-1 since acquiring Stroman, 13-1 in the last 14 games. Their best 14-game span since 1990. Washington fell to 12 games under 500 on May 23rd when that completed a 4-game sweep by the Mets. 6-4 loss. Since then, they've won 30 of 41. They're 30-11. Strasburg, 7-start winning streak, snapped Saturday, took the loss, gave up 9 runs over 4 2/3 against the Diamondbacks in Phoenix. There's Born in 94. Nice looking stuff. It's an ROI of 100%. It's because brown eye polished for 5 units. Nice work. Nice work. That's a deal. Nothing ordinary sports. There's no runs in the first, but now I think about maybe first half under. Tormarino says Stroman was Toronto's best pitcher in the postseason several years ago. He pitched well in big games. For the Jays, for USA in the World Cup. He just steps up in these games. Atlas Party said Royals team total over again. I agree, Atlas Party. I'm just concerned by the movement. Guru says, I'm just hoping the day off didn't slow the Mets down, but got to ride the hottest team in baseball at the plus price. Viper MB says first 5 under looks good. Rich G says that Mets team total over 3.5 might look good. Squeezer Smith said Mets hitting better than Washington. Let's quickly look at the team totals here for this New York Mets squad. Team total full game for the Mets. Oh, first 5 is 1.5 minus 111. Wow. 1.5 minus 111. And that full game team total is 3.5 minus 103. Strange. Very strange. These market moves are just difficult to figure out. Let's talk about Braves Marlins. Braves 36-24 on the road. Godson John says take the Mets. Mally Mouse says Mets. I'm not going to go up against a 25-cent market move at this point. That just doesn't make sense to me. I can't do it. Melvin Batan says I live a couple towns over from where Stroman is from. He will be outstanding tonight, just like when he pitched for USA. Take the hot Mets. That's coming from a Yankee fan. Wow. Mally Mouse says Strasburg is going to get touched. Tormino says Strasburg dominated the Mets and he's off a bad start. I think he's strong here. There's Spencer Hicks in the house. Oh, what a guy. Spencer says, just got pulled over and had the show playing while the cop was giving me a ticket. The police can't stop the handicapping. There's our guy, man. There's our guy. Von Polo says, Jimmy, do you like the Rough Riders today? I need to spend more time on the CFL, and I will be doing that this afternoon. I need to spend a little more time on Polo. And I just, I was on a bad losing streak, went 2-0 yesterday, got back to 500. There we go. There's Matt Randall, who we shouted out off the top of the show. The new father, Matt Randall, paint play today, Mets money line. Wow, Matt Randall on the Mets too. You don't hear anybody saying the Nats, but there's been a 25-cent move towards them. Maybe Tomor is saying, look out for Strasburg. Sean Glass saying Washington played better competition compared to the Nats. Wow, I find this very uncomfortable. Like you guys all being so confident, and this has been just a huge move. Viper says, damn, Spencer, bad luck. Turn that. You're going to have a winning day today, Spencer. You're going to have a winning day today. I'm very confident in you today. Sean Glass on the Washington reverse run line. There we go. All right, Tehran versus Caleb Smith. Let's look at the market movements. We have 6 minutes to get through some more games here. 6 minutes to get through some more games. Tehran and the Braves open at minus 150 and a move towards the Marlins. I mean, come on. You got to think that this Braves team's going to be angry. This total opened up at 8.5. It's now at 8. I find that very strange. Very, very strange that you'd think the Marlins will take care of business again. Braves hit. Oh, but Caleb Smith is a lefty. Why do I have their numbers against righties? Sorry. I need to switch that out. I have the numbers against righties. That's my fault. But Braves smash lefties. And Tehran's been playing well. Melly Mouse says Braves probably bounce back. Yeah, I get it. Matt Reynolds just wants to say thank you to everyone for the thoughts and prayers over the last few days. I'm running on empty, but I needed to be here. Love you all. Man, what a guy Matt Randall is. We have so much love for the Randall family and your new addition, Briggs Randall. Sending you guys energy and positivity. Rico Roxas says Braves burned me yesterday. Godson John says Braves cost me money. Rich G says Braves Marlins over 8. Braves should smash today. This market move makes no sense. I certainly have a lean towards the Braves. Certainly. Oh, nice. Gerald Jones going to stop off to the casino in Schenectady, New York. There's our guy. Gerald Jones says, go low baggers. Love it, Gerald Jones. Respect. There's Sam Moctezuma in the house. Unbelievable back in action. I love seeing that. Guru took the Braves on the -1 line. That makes sense to me, but this market move is weird. I'm just going to watch it at this point. But I certainly lean that way as well. Nothing Ordinary says, my Marlins took all y'all money. I didn't take my money. Didn't take my money. We knew it was a letdown spot. Bookie Lover Q out of Miami. He was telling everybody it was a letdown spot. Atlas Party on the Marlins team total over. All right, we got a few more minutes, so let's keep rolling. We got Cubs, Reds, Darvish, Bauer. You know, the brass in Indiana, in Cleveland, so smart. So smart to get rid of Bauer. I truly, it's one thing when you have incredible stuff, sure. But if you don't have it up here, then I don't want you in the clubhouse, you know? And I think getting rid of him where his stock is high was a smart move. Cubs 22-33 on the road. Reds 31-27 at home. The Cubs rolled yesterday on the road. The Cubs are rolling towards the division championship, which will give me cash. And Atlas Party says, don't worry about the movement, Jimmy. It's impossible for me not to. It's impossible for me not to. And Guru says, didn't take his money. Yeah. Nasty Nate says, got in late. What's the White Sox play? It's no play for me. The play had to be made, Nasty Nate, it had to be made 5 hours ago or last night. There's just been too big of a move towards Oakland. And I love this White Sox bullpen. So at this point, I'm not making a move here. Guru says Cubs money line, Bauer a head case. Bauer did not look good in his first start. He allowed 3 runs, 7 hits, and 4 2/3, but that's a tough hitting Brave squad. 3-0 with a 0.46 ERA, 1.17 whip, and 3 career starts versus the Cubs. That's impressive. Darvish 3-0 with a 2.92 ERA and 6 career starts against the Reds. Baez smashing, Happ smashing. Castellanos has hit safely in all 8 games. This team is rolling. Thank you, Anil Frank, my guy. Tomer says the Cubs look like they're finally properly valued on the road now. Good buy low team. The books are pricing them at basically even money. Bauer does have a possibility of lighting it up, but there's been a huge move here to the Cubs. So the Reds open as minus 120 favorites. And now the Cubbies are favorites at minus 114. This total opens up at 9.5 and is now at 9. Wow, Dom says, love this Braves fading last 2 weeks. Mets closed 9 games for the wild card, now only a half game out. We passed 4 teams in 3 weeks. Respect. There's the sports keg in the house. And Noli knows. There's our guy. Noli knows. Bauer does concern me fading him still. But, God, this does feel like an okay spot to do it in. Rich G says, as an Indians fan, I will tell you, Bauer is unique, but he's very capable of throwing 7 or 8 shutout innings, no problem. Don't sleep on Bauer. Bauer's got a ton of skill. I agree. I think that's a very succinct breakdown of Bauer. And Rich G says Bauer is a perfectionist. That's what a lot of people were saying. Oh man, Los Alamitos, you guys hit that. Okay. We have 1 minute before we're joined by DJ Big Boss. Why don't we break down this Rangers-Brewers spot here? We also have the Archer, Hudson, Pirates, Cardinals. We still have a lot of work to do. Rangers, Brewers, Colby Allard. Colby Allard making his first start with the Rangers. 20 starts in Gwinnett, 1 start in Nashville, 7-5, 3.99 ERA, 1.40 whip, 115 innings, 106 Ks, 38 walks, 15 homers. Gio Gonzalez, 2-1, 3.35 ERA. Now, Gio Gonzalez is coming back, making his 4th start since returning from missing more than a month with left arm fatigue, and it's helped him. Now it's a 3.68 ERA since returning, and he pitched in last Saturday's 4-1 loss at Wrigley, 1 run, 5 hits, and 4 1/3. He's 4-2 with a 2.44 ERA in 11 career games. Rangers began this month sweeping Detroit, and then their offense completely grounded to a halt against Cleveland. 2 runs in 3 games. In those 3 games, 15 hits, struck out 32 times, went 0 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Colby Allard making his debut. They traded him for Chris Martin. Let's look at the line moves here in this Texas spot. Where are we? Here we go. Texas, Milwaukee. The total opens at 10, now 9.5. And man, a huge move on the Brewers. Open at minus 159, now at minus 188. A 29-cent move towards the Brewers. I guess, to me, that says that Yelich will be back in the lineup. They're hopeful he can play. He's been dealing with back spasms and Atlas Party taking full game over in the Braves Marlins. I get that. Normal, love Indians first 5. Bieber should keep things under control. That's a game that our next guest, DJ Big Boss, wants to talk about. So why don't we head over there right now? Joining us on Friday morning, I'm now 11-2 in the DJ Big Boss contest. If you're not in the Big Boss contest, jump on. It's all pack of low baggers in it, and it's fun to be a part of it. $200 up for grabs, 100 for first, 100 for second, free to enter at SBR.com. I will put the link as soon as we welcome our guy DJ Big Boss to the show. Who knows where he's coming from? Let's all find out. Representing Long Beach, California, by way of Compton, California. Please welcome to the show, DJ Big Boss. How you doing on this Friday morning?
What's up, y'all? Being that today is National Lovers Day, I'm reporting to you live right here from this historic Cheaters establishment right here, the Dare You Inn. This is located in sunny Carson, California, located just off the freeway. Now, this right here is where all the magic happens right here at the Dare You Inn. I'm talking STDs, bed bugs, illegitimate babies, lost keys, lost cell phones, broken cell phones, and from time to time, they have some long-lasting relationships out here. Now, visitors that's been here have found themselves in places like Maury Povich, Jerry Springer, the local news, the child support office. This is a great place right here. I got my ticket. I'm in line, to be getting me a couple hours in a little while. But this place is wonderful, man. I heard this is sister motel to the actual Diplomat Resort in Miami, but I'm not sure. Do you think they got something like this in Miami, Jimmy?
I'm sure that they do. The Dare You In Motel. A fun thing to do at the Dare You In Motel is get one of those Law and Order, one of those cum lamps. One of those cum lamps that they use in Law and Order, because it is beautiful. It lights up like the planetarium. Absolutely gorgeous. If you have a cum lamp, take it to the Dare You In Motel. Gorgeous setting for this Friday morning. What a beautiful setting. Sure, there's needles on the streets and condoms in the parking lot, but who needs it? I mean, you have a beautiful hotel room right there. Probably not too many condoms in the parking lot. DJ Big Boss, Friday morning. How you doing?
I'm all right, man. No condoms in the parking lot. Jimmy, this place, they work on a trust system, and they don't use condoms here. But anyways, let's get into some capping on this Friday. TGIF to all my low baggers, man. 1-1 last Wednesday. Well, push and a win last Wednesday. Let's try to make it happen today. It's Friday, and we need money. We got to make it to Miami. We got to do our thing. So I'm going to jump right into Cleveland at the Twins. Now, Minnesota is 35-24 at home. This is my initial thoughts, okay? And then the Puig drama in this one, I don't know how that's going to directly affect the team right here. Minnesota on a 3-game losing streak with a chance to fix this right here at home today on a Friday. Now, on Fridays, Minnesota is 11-2 in their last 13 outings. So, as I looked a little bit further into the pitching situation, now, Sean Bieber, he is awesome, man. 11-4, 2-1 in his last 3. He has an ERA of 3.31. He has an OBP of .259. And guess what? This young dude's from Cali, man, and he's out here doing his thing. His last 3 outs on 8-4, he went 9 innings, 5 hits, only gave up 2 runs. That was against the Angels. Then before that, he went 7 innings, 9 hits, 2 runs. Before that, he had a whopping 9 innings, 1 hit, 0 runs. This guy is doing the diggity thing, like they say out here. You know what I'm saying? But let's take a look at Smelter on this one right here. He's 1-1 as a starter, mostly a relief guy, but they pull him in to start today. Now, his last start was 8-4. He went 6 innings, 2 hits, 0 runs against KC. And then before that, that was 8-4. Before that, it was 6-4. So 2 months he started before, 6 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs. And then in May, 5/28, he went 6 innings, 3 hits, 0 runs. Typical relief pitcher type guy right here. I expect this guy to come in here, just like relievers do, they give off their best stuff for as long as they can right here. Now, Cleveland smashes lefties though. It's 23-12 with an OBP of .341, and they both have decent bullpens in this one. Cleveland bullpen ranked number 1, Minnesota bullpen ranked number 15. So the way I see it, I see a focused game right here. Two great pitchers. I can't believe the total is up high. Two great pitchers right here. I can get under 5 in the first 5 right here at plus 100. I'm taking the under first 5 plus 100 in this one. And I'm also taking Cleveland first 5 on the run line minus 105 because this guy Barber's going to come in here and do his thing once again. He's going to hold it down, and I expect the other pitcher to hold it down just because he's a reliever coming in. Keep the total down right here, but this guy coming up, usually a reliever, Smeltzer, he's destined to get touched first in this one. So I got my money on the California kid first 5, run line minus 105, and the under first 5 plus 120. No, plus 100, Jimmy.
Yeah, it makes sense. The full game total has gone from 9 to 9.5, but the first 5 hasn't. And Pinnacle, it hasn't gone up. Pinnacle actually opened it at 5.5 and it's gone down to 5, went down immediately as soon as they put up the 5.5. Tom Marino says, I don't trust Bieber off a 9-inning start, but he'd lean under. I'm also surprised that the full game move has been so heavy towards the Twins. I mean, you'd think that this Twins team, I guess they're just 35-24 at home. You'd think a team 25 games over 500 would have a better home record. But, man, I'm surprised there's been a 20-cent move towards these Indians. And right now, if you wanted to get them, you're talking like minus 143 on the road. And I know these Indians have done it before and the Twinkies haven't. But, man, opening at minus 123 now, minus 141, an 18-cent move towards the Indians. At this point, I'm not going to make a move. Tormino said Twins bullpen has been trash. I like the Twins here. I can understand your first 5 under. And I'm going to hold off at this point. I'm going to hold off, but I get it. I get why you'd be backing it. I could understand why Tolmore has some trepidation with Bieber after coming off a 9-inning game or, a complete game. Richie saying 107 pitches, not terribly high. No, not terribly high. And Bieber can stay around the plate, and these Twins smash you if you stay around the plate. Why don't we quickly look at the baseball data just on this game here and see what they do, what these Twinkies do against Bieber. Where are we here? Oh, no, that's Bauer. Here we go. Against Bieber, 94 at-bats, hitting 255, but with no power. Interesting. Very interesting. So they're 24 for 94. But 4 doubles and 2 homers, only 6 extra base hits in 94 at-bats. So 255 average, but just a 662 OPS. Interesting. And against Smeltzer, only 17 at-bats. Then they're 4 for 17, but 3 home runs of those 4 hits. 3 home runs, 17. So they only are hitting 235, but their OPS is 1.042. Wow, there's Dave Burke in the house, checking in from a basement hotel room in Niagara Falls. Berkey, that reminds me very much of the hotel that Big Boss is standing in front of right now. The more I talk about it, the more I get a little uncomfortable with the under. I'm not going to make a move on the over by any means, but all right, let's keep rolling. Big Boss on the first 5 under in Cleveland, Minnesota. What's next on your docket?
Hey, to add to that, though, Jimmy, Bieber, if he gets the wins today, he goes over his rookie win total. So he has a little incentive to do well today. This game will put him over his win total from his rookie season. So I'm leaning with the Cali kid on this one. But let's jump over to the next one. This is Philadelphia and San Francisco. Everybody was loaded up on Philadelphia yesterday. Some crazy way I ended up taking the Giants in cash. There's got to be a revenge game right here. It is a road game for Philly, but it got to be a revenge in this one after being shut out yesterday 5-0. Now, Philly does struggle on the road, though. They're 25-30 on the road. So let's jump into the pitching situation. Now, Drew over here, he's 2-6, 1-1 in his last 3. His OBP is .36 3, and he has an ERA of 7.01. Now, both of these pitchers, Bede over here, he's 3-6, 0-3 in his last 3. He has an OBP of .359. He has an ERA of .538. Now, both pitchers seen each other on 7:30, matched up in Philly. So in that game right there, Drew went 7 innings, 4 hits, no run. Had his best game out of his last 3 games right here. The high ERA of 7.01 may be a little distorted considering this guy does well over this team right here. Plus, he's a lefty. And in that game over there, 7:30, Bede, he went 5 innings, gave up 10 hits, 4 runs, and didn't do too well in a loss right there at Philly. So now he's at home. I don't think it really makes a difference if a guy's doing as bad as Bede is doing. He's just doing that bad. So San Francisco, on top of that, doesn't hit lefties well. They're 14-19 against lefties with an OBP of .285. I expect Philly to jump out in this one fast, upset, and the revenge right here because the Giants been known to try to jump out fast as well. So I'm going to take first 5 run line, Philly plus 120, Jimmy. Let's get some money.
Yeah, that's a good look. That is a good look. Bede just looks so susceptible. The Phillies bats are so quiet though. They're so quiet, and that's they're doing nothing. They're so bad right now, and that is the only thing that gives me hesitation. But the market is completely with you. The market's with you. Philly opened up at -103. They're now at -118, a 15-cent move. Mally Mal said Smiley off that good start. I love that he is, and I've cashed off of his first couple starts. Actually, I didn't bet him in all honesty on the first start he had, but the last 2 I've had him and I've loved it. I like the way Smiley looks, and you're right, the Giants can't hit lefties at all. Giants are hitting .233 with a .671 OPS versus lefties. .233, .671 OPS versus lefties. You know, I agree with you completely, Dom Ricci, on Philly's first 5, but here, Tomor says, I'd lean Phillies team total over. This looks like a spot for them to break out. I don't trust Smiley, though. Dom Ricci, Phillies first 5. Tomor said, I think Phillies hit Bede. He's not good, and they just saw him. Let's take a look at, if we just, now, I mean, so Smiley is not the guy with a 7 ERA, but he's also not a guy with a 3 ERA and a 0.89 whip, although he's trying to resurrect his career. Let's look at what the Phillies team totals are. Phillies team total over 2.5 at plus 112. The Giants team total is at 1.5 right now at Pinnacle. And then I guess you'd want to stick with the first 5 for the Phillies. I think that is the look here. Guru said Smiley got smacked last start. Smiley did get touched his last start. Trotwam says, where the hell did I drop you off last night, boss? He's a little worried. He's a little worried. Christopher Smith says, fading my Phils. Guru says Phillies bats are beyond cold. I would like to take the Phillies first 5 team total over, but I'm going to leave that as a lean. I need to look into this game more. I'm very concerned with the bats here. So you're on Phillies first 5 on the run line here at a plus price?
Absolutely, Jimmy. Two things that I always carry with me in life, and it always reverts over into sports betting as well. One is you can only go so far down before you got to come up. Yesterday, they scored 0 runs. They got to score something today. And the other thing, for them being such a bad team on the road right here, guess what? The sun shines on a dog-ass one day. They ain't the dog in this one, but they on the road. All the odds are against them, and I'm taking Philly first 5 run line plus 120 on this good old TGIF Friday, Jimmy. But yeah, you know, this is a wonderful established show. I don't know if you guys can see the gray-haired lady over there. That's Miss Sylvia. She's been coming here since '62. She has a gold member pass right here at the Dare You In, man. It's really busy right now. You know, if you're ever in California and you need to get away, do something, come on over here to the Dare You In Hotel. We'll have a wonderful time on this wonderful Friday. National Lovers Day. Give your coworker a hug, but be careful, you might get fired.
There he is, DJ Big Boss. Give your coworker a hug, but be careful, you might get fired. I just put the link for DJ Big Boss contest right there. Put the link. Follow DJ Big Boss on Twitter at DJ Big Boss. At DJ Big Boss. Follow him. And if you want to party with the man, you got to come to Miami. You got to come to Miami. And Big Boss, we just had another person book his hotel, Dark Kent. Dark Kent will be there. And he says, don't worry, he got the trees. Bringing the trees. So we're going to be all looked after with Dark Kent in the house. DJ Big Boss, thank you so much for joining us today, my guy.
My pleasure, Jimmy. Always a great time hanging out with my low baggers, collecting all y'all energy, giving out a little energy and having a good time, man. Hey, and if you're just sitting on the couch doing nothing this weekend, watching the games, make sure that you sign in to the DJ Big Boss contest on the SBR contest form today, man. Go ahead and sign in. It's a good time to get in. You can see where everybody's ranked. I'm doing pretty good. I'm almost surprising myself. But now that I got the wheels turning, I'm trying to get to the top 10. And, anybody who finishes above me, they receive 200 points on the SBR contest form. So plenty of incentives to jump in. If you ain't doing nothing, make sure you get into the SBR MLB DJ Big Boss contest immediately. And stay tuned to all my college football content because that's what I do, on my Twitter, DJ BIGGBOSS. Make sure you follow me, like, subscribe, whatever you got to do. Stay in tune. We got plenty of content coming from the Boss and the Sauce Show. I know y'all been hearing Boss and the Sauce Show, but come to Miami. You're going to get to know what's really going down with the Boss and the Sauce Show. DJ Big Boss and my guy, the Big Ragu. We're going to be giving out winners for show. So make sure you dial up, follow, whatever you got to do. Stay signed in. Hang out with us sometime.
There he is, DJ Big Boss. And shout out to good BK Capper back in action. Good BK Capper joining us. Football season's back, and we're seeing all the low baggers come back. It's very, very, very exciting. Okay, well, we have a couple more minutes, and we haven't got to all the games, so why don't we hit this Pirates-Cardinals game? 24-34 on the road. The Pirates have fallen completely apart. Cardinals 31-23 at home. They're coming off a devastating road trip. 87 Fahrenheit, clear 5 miles per hour in Archer versus Hudson. Let's take a quick look here at what the market moves have been. Quick look here, money lines and totals here for this Pirates card spot. Archer, Hudson. Hudson's been good at home, but there's been a big move towards the Pirates. Man, there's been very interesting market moves this morning that have thrown me for a loop. Hudson opens up at minus 165, now at minus 138. Wow, 27-cent move towards the Pittsburgh Pirates. The total opened at 9, juice to the over. It's now pick 'em at minus 110 each side, so a 5-cent move towards the under. Oh, and Lamont Williams says, what's Big Boss's play? Big Boss is on the Indians' first 5 under and the Phillies' first 5 on the run line. Eyes of God now says, Jimmy, take St. Louis first 5 over. Interesting. Very interesting. Let's see what that is at and what movement we've had there. First half, our guy Eyes of God in the house. Eyes of God, what are your looks too for good BK Capper? Love having him back. Eyes of God, what are your looks for WNBA too? I'd be very curious to hear that. Brooke Jordan backing Pittsburgh. Rich G says cards all day. Matt Randall says lean cards here. They must win, right? They must win, right? I don't know. It opened at 5 at a pick'em, and now it's 5 at minus 113. So a 3-cent move towards the under first 5. And Guru says, what? Hudson at minus 165? Come on, these opening lines are suspect. Yeah, I hear that. Eyes of God is on the Vegas over. I'm going to copy and paste that. We got a lot of work to do for the late show as well today. We got a ton of work to do. Man. Okay, just going to copy and paste that. All right, let's break down this game a little stronger here. Pirates hitting 271, 773 OPS versus righties. Cards 242, 713 OPS versus righties. Terrible versus righties. Archer 3-8, 5.35 ERA, 1.42 WHIP. There was a time we thought he was going to turn his season around. He has not. Dakota Hudson 10-6, 3.99 ERA. But look at that WHIP, 1.58 WHIP, 19 home runs allowed, 57 walks. Dakota Hudson has 57 walks. Man. Cardinals won 6 of 7 games against the Pirates last month. Then they go 0-5 on this road swing. 0-5 against the A's and Dodgers and get outscored 25-7. They've lost 3 of their past 4 series. Man. Dakota Hudson started July 23rd against the Pirates. 3 runs and 6 in the third. 1-0 with 1 save and a 4.15 ERA in 3 appearances against the Pirates this season. 2-0 with a 3.12 ERA in 6 appearances. Hudson struggled with his control during August 3rd against Oakland last start. Walked 5 batters, hit another, allowed 3 earned runs, 4 overall, and 3 2/3. The Cardinals will likely be without Matt Carpenter. He exited with a foot contusion. He's day-to-day. Yadier Molina still on that minor league rehab assignment. Tyler O'Neill out with a wrist injury. How do we trust them? But then how do you trust the Pirates? They've lost 21 of 25. They're 18 games below 500. They've given out. You know, in that 25 games, they've allowed 25 unearned runs during that slump. 5.45 team ERA. Archer looked good last start, and that must be it. He looked good against the Mets, who are smoking the ball. 1 run in 6 innings. Archer pitched 6 innings against the Cardinals on July 23rd, allowed 4 runs on 7 hits. I never know when he's going to pitch well and when he's going to drop the ball. I never know. And Noli Knows is on the Ottawa Edmonton under. That's interesting. Ottawa Edmonton under. The only thing that slightly concerns me just off, I've got lots more work to do, but with Dominique Davis, he's a guy who's so mobile in the pocket. You kind of want that Eskimos defense against a pocket passer because Eskimos pass defense is so strong. But all these games are going under, so I can understand. I can absolutely understand. Tomor says Carpenter hasn't been hitting. I don't think that matters. And Mally Mal saying he did, Jimmy, I guess, talking about Archer looking really nice in his last start. But can you trust Archer to put those starts together? I'm sitting here with almost no plays, and I just feel like this is a tough card that I need more time with. And here we are, an hour and 13 minutes into the show, and I look down at one play. I'm going to be hammering this card all day. We have an extremely packed late show. We're going to be hammering WNBA. We're going to be hammering NFL. There's 2 games tonight, 3 tomorrow, and 2 CFL games tonight and 1 tomorrow. All those games will be hammered on the late show. And we're going to go over all these baseball games again quickly. I was hoping we could go over them very quickly, but I'm not going to be able to because I haven't made enough plays. But we will have Donnie Rightside and Al Mack joining us. Mally Mal says, Jimmy, that means take some dogs. I agree. I've been so strong on these morning shows. And as you can see by my Big Boss contest, because I haven't put any of the late games into my Big Boss contest, I'm 11-2 here in the Big Boss contest, and I just don't want to mess with this at this point. Ski Prophet says WNBA then, Jimmy. Yes, and 1-1 day yesterday in WNBA. Just to lead us into our study, Eyes of God liking the over. Oh, I'm not first half. Like in the over in the Aces game. Let's take a look at the market moves, money lines, and totals here in those WNBA games quickly. Let's just briefly take a look at some of these market moves. So for WNBA, opened at 166.5. Sky Aces now down to 164.5. Very high opener. The Sun are now 2-point favorites against the Lynx, and we already were told by who? We were told someone told us to back. Where is it? Von Polo backing the Aces and the Sun. And also that Ottawa-Edmonton game, Shadow as well as on the under Noli Knows, which would make you feel good. He's rolling in CFL right now, 25-8-1. That is spectacular numbers. So we've got a lot of work to do. We have the Rough Riders at Alouettes. Rough Riders is 2.5-point favorites. The Alouettes looked bad in their last game. I think they bounced back. This total opened at 53, and the bottom's fallen off. It's now at 49.5. Then we have the Red Blacks, Eskimos. Eskimos open at 9. They're now at 10.5. I find both dogs appealing, but I would take the Alouettes at the plus line and the Red Blacks with the points, but I'm going to need a lot more time to cap this action right now. Eyes of God also liking the Connecticut first half over. Ski Prophet liking the Lynx first half. Here we go. Going to copy and paste all that. Sean Glass liking the under in that Pittsburgh game. Isaac God just told me to take the first half over. I thought this was a tricky card, and then we cap it together, and I'm like, man, these market moves are confusing. This is very difficult. I'm not making a move. On this opening game, A's White Sox. And the only play I have on this entire card right now, I have a lean to the Blue Jays team total over. I'm on the under 12 at minus 102 in Angels Red Sox. The under 12 at minus 102. And I have a lean towards the Braves minus 1, but there's been a big move towards the Marlins. Man, I don't feel like I've led you guys properly here. I mean, we broke down all the games, but I do not have a lot of action right now. Reed Marinelli says, Panda Picks loves the A's first 5 run line today. Oh, I get it, Reed. That makes a ton of sense, but you would have had to have got onto it last night. Getting it now just doesn't feel like after this market move. Let's look at that first 5 run line again. Here we go. First 5 run line is at minus 160, minus 155. I mean, actually, this first 5 minus half run line has gone in the White Sox direction. It opened at minus 167. It's now minus 160. That's interesting. Just too much juice. Thank you for the kind words, Neo Money. Tormino says, Ski, that's why I don't think the Sun can beat the Mystics. Mystics inconsistent on the road. Ski Prophet says, Sparks been balling. They're coming together. Molly Mouse says, Oakland easy. Brooke Jordan says, Hudson, hell no. Talking about that under. Or talking about Hudson being at minus 165. Well, Josh Point O says, KC, Jimmy, no, I can't. Not when there's been this market move towards the Tigers, and that market move does not confuse our gas station sushi at all, because he says Edwin always starts strong with a new team, although he didn't start strong with the Mud Hens. Look, I want to jump on the Royals, but the market move towards the Tigers just gives me pause and makes me have to take a little time and cap this. I'm only on one play with all these games, but we have all day to hammer it, and we have the late show to hammer it. I am on the under 12. Minus 102 in Angels Red Sox. And that's it. Oh, and we have Ron Crawford spreadsheet plays Oakland, Houston, St. Louis, and San Diego. That helps. That's going to help my afternoon study. Thank you for sharing that, Ron Crawford. I've copied and pasted that. And then we have Barry Block. Barry Block says, hey, Jimmy, happy weekend, everybody. Just 2 weeks till college football. Much love to you guys. And we also have Von Polo saying Connecticut Sun money line. We're going to be back here with a lot of work to do on the late show. It's going to be absolutely packed. A lot of work to do in the afternoon as well. All love to you guys. Congratulations to the Randall family. But most importantly, Leche, Alos Bookmakers.